So this is my track sled build. I started with an older snowmobile. The tracks aren't that great on them. They just don't. They're not beefy enough. They don't have enough grip. So I got a new ripsaw track, as you see there. It's 137 inch with 1.5 studs, 1.25 lugs, and I got the drive cogs sitting there on top of the box. It was, I couldn't go wrong. It was way better than the track that's on there that you can see there. You want to look for the old wheeled snowmobile chassis. I think they're called bogie suspension style. They're the best. And if you look, the back bar in that picture was the front bumper in the end. This is a Harbor Freight motor, 6.5 horsepower Predator. There's everything. After I got the parts I wanted off the snowmobile, I just set them in there to see how everything was going to work out. I just wanted to figure out exactly where I wanted everything placed, and then I started mocking up the frame and building the frame. I took the rear track adjusters and put them on the front, so that way I didn't have to design a adjuster for it. It was already there. And I also took all the brackets off the tunnel, like cut them out and made brackets out of them where all the mounting points were originally, so that way I didn't have to make no mounts. That's the engine plate. I ordered that on Amazon. It's way easier and way cleaner than trying to make your own. And then I used rollerblade wheels to help keep the track up off the frame. Otherwise the cogs underneath, where the drive cogs bite into the track, will actually hit the crossbars. And then there's the suspension after I started getting some paint on things. Another shot of the suspension. And then I made this drive shaft. If you looked in the previous pictures in the beginning, I made these circles because the hole was too big in the drive cog to fit the 1-inch shaft. So I had to make those on a drill press. I smoothed everything out with a grinder with a flapper wheel before I painted, just to make it look good. And once I got it all cleaned up, as you can see, like there, I got it all cleaned up. Then I brought it in, painted it. I had to grind those are the brackets I actually took off the snowmobile chassis. I made them. That's the more suspension just in paint. There's all the suspension finally all assembled on the floor, ready to go. I wanted 2 different colors just to make it a little more decorative underneath, make it look like I took a little more time on it. And I like the color green and silver, so I wanted to incorporate both of them. This is the frame after it's all painted. Turned out really nice, especially from smoothing them welds out. And there's the chassis all assembled. You get an overview of exactly how I set mine up. The 2 center wheels on the bogie wheels, on the suspension part, I had to narrow them in like 1/4 inch on each side in order for them to clear the new track. There's an overview of the whole thing with the drive cogs in it. And I finally got the track on it. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but not too bad. And that was the snowmobile track tensioner. Once again, helped out a lot. Those wheels in the center there are the ones I had to move inward. And then I started making the engine mount, which I also incorporated the jack shaft on, because it was if you look in the pictures further on, you'll see that there's a clearance issue for the chain, and so I couldn't run any more bracing down to the original chassis. Right there you can see it. So I had to incorporate the jack shaft into the engine mount. The engine has a stage 1 kit on it, I believe. And there's when I started fabbing up the front for the platform, that bumper's there, that came off the back of the snowmobile. I put those caps in there so I can oil the frame and all that stuff. And then there's another shot with the front bumper to keep any of my stuff from going down under the front of the track. And that green ammo box is for any tools or spare belt or anything like that. It works great. And it's not quite completed, but I'll post more pictures, and thanks for watching.